I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
What's good? We're going to get into Monday Night Raw from July the 27th, 2026. This show sucks. This show was boring and bland, as per usual. Raw is becoming just as bad as SmackDown. This makes zero sense at all. We got 3 rematches that we've already seen before that have either happened just this month or last month, back in June. This makes zero sense. And it doesn't matter that Triple H switched the women's IC title and put it on Raquel. It doesn't matter. We've seen the match before. It's dumb. It's pathetic. All you're doing is just hot potatoing the title. It makes no sense. We had an awful weigh-in between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, which amounted to nothing. It was a waste of time. So why even advertise and book it? That was dumb as hell on Triple H's part. Same thing with the closing segment. Seth Rollins standing tall over Roman Reigns, basically trying to play the heel in this situation. And on top of that, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, that's going to actually be the main event of SummerSlam. Not CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. It's going to actually be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for SummerSlam Sunday. This shit sucks, man. This shit sucks. I don't even know what to say. Like, are we living in 2012 again? Because it makes no sense. This is absolutely mind-boggling to me. There's no heat with this. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and get into this show. So, we kicked the show off with Obafemi. So, Adam Pearce and Triple H, they're in the ring. They're inside the Hell in a Cell. So, Obafemi gets on the scale. He weighed in at 302 pounds. So, Adam Pearce then introduces Brock Lesnar. So, the Hell in a Cell door is closed. It's locked shut with a chain and padlock. So, Paul Heyman came out and got on the mic and said they had a slight change of plans. He said letting Brock Lesnar into the Hell in a Cell isn't a good idea. Paul Heyman said Oba is an underdog. Paul Heyman said Brock Lesnar is the beast of the Broctagon. Paul Heyman said that Brock has never lost inside Hell in a Cell, and that streak will never be broken. Oba begins to stare down Brock Lesnar against the cage. So Brock begins to circle the perimeter of the cell. Paul Heyman said that Brock Lesnar weighed in at 303 pounds. So Oba begins to shake the cage fence. Brock Lesnar says that he'll see him at SummerSlam, bitch. And Oba told him, run away like you always do. Oba told Brock Lesnar he's not going to be locked in with Brock, but Brock Lesnar will be locked in with him. So then Oba then destroyed the police officers and security guards. So, there's that. Whatever. This was dumb. This was a waste of time. This was absolutely pathetic. I didn't like this. Why even advertise this shit? It makes no sense. Clearly, this is going to be the opening match for SummerSlam Night 1. We're obviously getting this. They'll probably go a good maybe 10 minutes, maybe 12, but I would be willing to bet money on it. It's going to be closer to 10. So, there's that. Whatever, man. This was not good. This was pathetic. This was absolutely pathetic. This was a waste of time. Just dumb. Just absolutely all around dumb and stupid. Moving on. This leads us into Roman Reigns and the Usos and Jacob Fatu. They all show up and everything else. So, there's that. Whatever. Who cares? Moving on from that, this leads us into a video package that we get for Chad Gable and everything. So, there's that. Moving on, this leads us into the first match of the night. Braun Breaker and Austin Theory of the Vision, they defeat the Alpha Academy in Akira Tozawa and Otis. So, whatever. Post-match, they beat the shit out of Akira Tozawa and Otis. Otis gets injured. Austin Theory does a brutal chair shot to Otis's head on the ring post. So Otis is out for a while. So, there's that. Whatever. It's fine. So, who really cares about this stuff, though? Logan Paul was shocked by all this, too, for whatever reason. I had no idea why, but whatever. Man, I wish they would break up the division. Man, Logan Paul should be in the mid-card, tearing it up, killing it. Or better yet, I'd love to see Logan Paul in the main event scene on Raw. That'd be pretty cool. Austin Theory, you could put him in the mid-card, and you could put Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman, but we know that shit's not going to happen, so whatever. We can all dream, can't we, guys? We can all dream. Moving on from that, this leads us into LA Knight. He had a backstage interview with Jackie Redmond. LA Knight said, after describing the roads he took to the arena, he said that Michael Cole said that he's paranoid. So LA Knight said that every single thing he said would happen has happened. LA Knight said that he was right about how once the bloodline got back together, it'd be sneak attacks and screw jobs. He says Saturday night at SummerSlam, they're fighting. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Moving on from that, this leads us into a vignette about Sol Ruka, just talking about her match against Raquel Rodriguez and everything else. So whatever, who cares? Moving on from that, we get a Chad Gable vignette, basically. That was pretty good. So I like that. So good stuff. Then we also get a Io Sky vignette as well. So that's fine there. Moving on, this leads us into Javon Evans defeating Rusev. We've already seen this. We saw this I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. If I can remember correctly. Which I wouldn't be shocked if we did. If not, we definitely saw it in the month of June for sure. Javon Evans winning is fine. It makes sense. This is fine. Who really gives a damn, though? It doesn't really mean anything. It sucks that Javon Evans is not even going to be on SummerSlam at all. He's no different than, Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints and everybody else. It's sad, man. The mid-card in WWE is just total ass. It's just, it's sad. It's a shame. It is a shame, man. Javon Evans should be on the SummerSlam card. Same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Same thing with Ricky Saints. It's what are we doing, man? Really? And even Rusev should be on the SummerSlam card. Again, if you don't have any main roster plans for these guys, send these guys back down to NXT, please. That's common sense at this point. What the fuck are we doing, man? Holy shit. But, again, the match was solid and fine, so, yeah. All right, moving on from that, we get another video package on the history of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Who really cares? Moving on from that, we get a Joe Hendry and Danhausen concert. So, they were just singing and everything. It was interrupted by Ryan Garcia. He beat them up. the Judgment Day came out and they beat up Danhausen, Joe Hendry, and the Mini-Housens. So, there's that. None of this shit matters. This is just lame as fuck. Moving on, this leads us into a vignette with Penta. He's speaking in English and Spanish about his match against Chad Gable. So, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Who cares? Moving on, we get another Big Cass vignette saying when you hit rock bottom, all you can do is get back up and prove everyone wrong. So we will see Big Cass next Monday. Who cares? Like, I like Cass, but Cass would have been better off going back to TNA, right? Like when he was W. Morris and everything else, that was great. Like, that's where Big Cass and Enzo should go back to. Enzo and Cass should go back to TNA. Moving on, Rey Mysterio defeats Ethan Page. We've already seen this before, so this is fine. I mean, I like Rey, I like Ethan Page, but, it is what it is. No. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Ethan Page got the win. I'm sorry. I am sorry about that. I'm sorry. It shows you how much I wasn't paying attention when watching this show. Because who really cares? Like, we've seen this match before anyway. We saw this earlier this month, or, like I said before, back in June. Why are we still continuing to do rematches? What is going on? Where's your roster depth? Where's the depth of that roster? What are we doing? Why are we doing the same matches over and over and over? Where are the Creed brothers? Where are they? Are they still in AAA? Why aren't they on this roster? Where are they? Man, this show sucks. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You have all of this talent at your disposal, and you don't know what the fuck to do with it. This is pathetic. Like, this is really frustrating and nauseating. Like, I don't understand what is going on. Why do we continue to use this? Why do we continue to see the same people on this show week in and week out? It's the same thing for SmackDown. It's the same thing. Why do you continue to use the same cast of fucking characters? What the fuck? As bloated as your roster is, you should have guys and girls chomping at the bits to be on it. Like, where's Nakamura? Where is he? Is he in AAA? Has he been quietly released? Like, what is going on? Is he in Pro Wrestling Noah? I'm just using this stuff as an example. I'm making a point and a example. It just doesn't make any sense. This shit sucks. Moving on from that, we go backstage. Danhausen, the Mini-Housens, they're beating up backstage and everything else. I mean, So, basically, Adam Pearce told Danhausen to give Dom his money back. So then Danhausen suggested that they do human money on a pole at SummerSlam. And so Adam Pearce agreed to it, and then he makes it official and said that he needs a drink. And as do I. And I don't even drink anymore. I don't even drink at all. Period. I need a bottle of fucking whiskey after watching this shit show. Fuck. This show sucks. Moving on. This leads us into the Usos. They came out and everything else. They didn't really say much of anything. They yeeted. Solo then showed up. He walked through the crowd. So he mocked Jimmy's sound effects. Solo said that there's no bloodline without him. Solo said that the Usos have no chance at SummerSlam. Jimmy said they all know that he's playing this game like he doesn't want to return to the bloodline, but it was the best thing that happened to him. He told him to listen to the tribal chief, run the play, or else. Solo said, or what else? He asked if they would eat for 30 minutes or do this stupid crap and bore everybody to sleep. Solo said he loves where he's at, so why would he return to the family? Solo said the fans love where Solo's at, So some fans standing for him, basically. And then Solo said that, Solo told the Usos to tell Roman that he can kiss his ass. So LA Knight shows up, and then a big brawl basically ensues. Well, no, not yet. I'm sorry. So LA Knight showed up, and he gets a good reaction. He said they screwed him out of the match against Jacob Fatu last week, and then screwed Royce Keys out of his match on SmackDown this past Friday. LA Knight said they have 5 days, and he'll see them at SummerSlam. So then he was about to leave. He took off his vest, and he said he and Solo could kick their asses. And a brawl ensues, basically. Jacob Fatu shows up, destroys everybody for a brief moment. Will Hobbs shows up. Then everyone brawls. And then this leads to LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Powerhouse Hobbs, a.k.a. Royce Keys, standing tall. So, there's that. They beat up the Usos and Jacob Fatu. Whatever. Who really cares about this? This makes no sense. This is not good at all. Like, nobody is really even invested in this match. And I'm a fan of LA Knight. I like him, but he doesn't need to be here. Royce Keys can be doing something else. And no one gives a fuck about Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, in my opinion, should be in NXT still. Like, I'm serious, dude. Like, I'm serious. Like, he has not meant anything since, 2022 and 2023. Like, you could even say a little bit in 2024. But for the last year and a half, the fans don't give a fuck about Solo. Like, he's just there. Like, he does nothing. Like, he brings no value to the show or whatever. It's just, he's just there. Moving on. Raquel Rodriguez defeats Sol Ruca to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Who cares? I don't give a shit about this. We've seen this before, so whatever. It doesn't matter. The Judgment Day, they showed up, Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. Then Io Sky came out to make the save and kind of fight them off. But again, to no avail. Sol Ruca tried to go for the Soul Snatcher, but Raquel dodged it, and she ended up hitting the Tejana Bomb for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. So we got a new champion. Who cares? Moving on, this leads us into the closing segment of the evening, which was the final face-off between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. So Roman came out. He wanted the crowd to acknowledge him. They weren't able to because he was interrupted by Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins wanted Los Angeles to acknowledge him. That gets a little brief response from the crowd. Roman said that's how you ruin a great thing. He tried to explain it to him then. LA knows the deal. You're an asshole. So Seth Rollins said that he's guilty and that he'll be the bad guy here. He said that's fine with him because that's how he gets his. Seth Rollins said some people start at third base. Some people, like him, got to grind and got to hustle to get ours. He said he's not taking anything away from Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins said that Roman's everything that the company wanted him to be and a money-making machine. Seth Rollins says he has one edge on him. He has an edge on him in so many departments, but he'll never be better than him in one category, and that is professional wrestling. Oh my gosh, Seth Rollins is a fucking mark. So Seth Rollins says that he owns Roman Reigns' ass in the ring, pause, and when it comes to what goes on in that thick skull of his, he owns his ass too, pause. He says everybody knows it, and there's nothing that he can point to say that he's a liar. He can call him an asshole, but he can't call him a liar. He said every time they've crossed paths, he's owned him. Seth Rollins says he shouldn't think SummerSlam will be any different. He asked if he's going to have help from the bloodline, as usual. Roman said that he needs to beat him. Everybody needs him to beat Seth Rollins. He said the whole industry needs Roman to beat him. So Seth Rollins says that he said that Roman needs this redemption so bad. Seth Rollins said when he suckered him into the match a month ago, he needed his family to be there to see it. He said it took him all the way back down memory lane, all the way back to WrestleMania 31, when he cashed in on his ass and sent his family home in tears. He said that he hopes that his family is there on Sunday because he'd love nothing more than to see them cry again. Seth Rollins says they'll find out that their daddy is a fraud and a loser, and he'll forever be Seth Rollins' bitch. So then Roman punches Seth, and then he spears him. He does a Superman punch. He goes onto the outside, grabs a steel chair, tries to come back into the ring. Seth Rollins hits the stomp, and Roman is out, and Seth Rollins stands tall. And that was the end of the show. This sucked. This was not good. This was not good. We all knew that Seth Rollins was going to play the heel anyway, but again, I don't understand why this had to kind of main event the show. Like, it makes no sense. It's dumb. No one really cares about this. And what makes this even worse is that this is actually going to be the actual main event of SummerSlam for Sunday. And this makes no sense. Like, this is going to even... this is going to be the main event for SummerSlam. It's not going to be Punk or Cody. I don't know, man. I really don't. I'd rather Rollins and Roman main event night 1 and then have Cody and Punk main event night 2. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. I guess Triple H feels like Punk and Cody are B-plus players, and Rollins and Roman are his A-team, basically. His A players. So, whatever. I don't know, man. But this show sucked, man. This show was a shit show. And it's pathetic. It really is pathetic. Maybe SummerSlam tickets will pick up. We don't know. Probably not. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, if you look at the card for night 1 and night 2 for SummerSlam, it's kind of weak. Night 1 has the stronger card, though, if you look at it, because of the two colossal main events in Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi inside Hell in a Cell, and you've got Cody and Punk. So you've got 2 massive matches for that show. And then the only thing you have that's somewhat big is Roman and Rollins. And we've seen that. And that's going to be for Sunday. But whatever, man. Who gives a damn? But this show sucks. It sucks. And I don't expect for SummerSlam to really be a good show at all. I really don't. Like, this build has been ass. And SmackDown is going to be just as bad. So, it is what it is. But what you guys think of the show, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.